Well, good morning, everybody on YouTube. Welcome back to Dory's Kitchen today. Today, before I get started, I just wanted to say again, thank you again for all my subscribers, my new subscribers, for supporting my channel. And again, this is no editing, so I get nervous sometimes with my words. But I just wanted to say thank you from the bottom of my heart for all your support, all your kind comments and your thoughts and shares and likes and everything. It has been a joy, and I will continue to enjoy this because this is just really exciting in my life. So welcome aboard. Today, what I'm going to do in my kitchen, I did get like a little cake order. It is a 6-inch round, single layer baby cake. This is going to be for a little girl's first birthday. It's very simple. It's just going to be iced white. And what I'm going to do today also, the bigger cake is going to be an 8-inch round, 3 layers high. So that's a new one for my channel. So that's why I wanted to do this today. The design is really simple. It's just going to be iced white, just plain, and then I'm just going to put some edible like sugar crystals. It's all going to be white. Everything's white. The mother of the baby went online, and I guess she ordered a bunch of cake decorations to put on the cake herself because they were having a hard time trying to find someone to make the cake. But then the lady, her mom, reached out to me, so which I'm grateful. I'm very grateful. So I said, yeah, I'll do it. So we're going to get started, okay? I do have in the back of me, this is just some edible crystal sugar. It's like a coarse sugar. Okay, so I'm going to be using that. I did wash my hands. I also have like this really fine glitter that I put in this shaker jar. So I'll be using that as well. And we're going to get started. I did make a batch of buttercream yesterday. And actually, each time I make it, I get better at it. So it went really well, and I hardly had a mess on my counter. I'm going to bring the camera in a little bit closer so you can see what I'm doing, okay? So bear with me here. And this time, what I'm going to do is try to keep the camera up front. I just want to try it. I want to see how it looks, filming and everything. And I need to turn this. Bear with me. Excuse me for the shaking. I'm going to bring you down just a little bit. And we're going to get going here. I'm going to move this one to the back. Right. And I'll bring this over. And I'm just going to check the camera again to make sure you can see what I'm doing well. Yeah, you can. Okay. This is just a 6-inch round little single layer baby cake. And I'm just going to ice this white. I'm just going to go around here. And I hope everybody's doing well. I had yesterday off work, and today I'm off work. Today I'm going to be babysitting my 3-year-old great-grandsons this afternoon. So that's going to be, that'll be interesting for me. Very active children. So we'll see how that goes. But yeah, I do want to give a shout out to everybody that needs, prayers and thoughts and, well wishes and everything. So I'm just taking my spatula here and I'm just going around trying to smooth this out. And scrape my spatula off there. When you're doing edible like glitter or jimmies or something, it's really important to get them on right away when you get this iced so that they stick. I'm going to smooth this top down. think I'm going to come in with some parchment paper and smooth that top down once it dries a little bit. Okay. All right, so I'm going to bring this glitter in. And we're just going to do this sparingly, like in sections. And then I'm going to do like a beaded border on the very bottom of the cake. So I'm just going to, my hands are clean. I just washed them before I started this. And we're just going to take a little bit, you know, on the side here. And I'll kind of show you that. And I think if I move this over, and I want to try to get, you know, some towards the top too, like that. So we'll do like a bottom and then a top. And I tap the board to just try to knock them back down into the bowl. And some will get away from me. There we go. So it's a real simple design. Nothing really elaborate with these cakes today. And I just smudged that bottom of it with my fingers. I'm just going to set this down a little bit and just rinse my hands off quick. It does happen, and I'm not worried about that because, you know, when it's at the very bottom, the border will cover it. So that, you know, that does happen when you're trying to get stuff onto it when it's the frosting's kind of wet. So I think that's good. I've got like 4 areas where I put that on. So I'm going to take my sugar. I'm going to move this to the back. I'm going to get a spoon. And while this frosting is still kind of wet, I just want to take some, you know, to the top here. And we'll pat that down a little bit, just so that those crystals here, you know, they stick. Now I'm going to take this glitter and I'm going to try to get it right on top of those so it sparkles. And I actually think that's going to work. Like that. All right, and now I've got a number. I believe it's either a 10, let me check. This is a number 12 tip. It's a round, like here. It's got like a big hole in the bottom, but it's a number 12. So I'm just going to take a border, and what I should do, I think what I'm going to do is bring you over to the left. Or, I'm just trying to think what's best here, so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, let's bring you over to the left. All right, let me just check in the camera here. Bring you in a little closer. Drop you down some more. Okay. There, now you can kind of see. So this is a number 12. And this is where my fingers touch that. And I'm just going over it. Just like this. So this is going to be the little smash cake that the baby can have by herself. And they asked for a confetti cake, so that's what these are. Okay. there's that. So I'm just going to let that sit. And then what I'll do is I'll take parchment paper and I'll just smooth that down over the top of it. And none of that's going to come off. But I just want that to dry before I do that. Alright, so now I'll hold this up for you so you can kind of see. And I hope that comes out on camera. I do have my ring light on, so I hope that does work. Okay, so there's that one. Alright. This is probably going to be a short video. I'm going to move this cake over to the side. I'm going to get my other board here. This is an 8-inch round cake. This is a confetti cake. I am going to make this 3 layers high. So I'm going to bring some frosting in here. Just a thin layer to cover the center. And I'll just go around this way. And I hope I made enough frosting. I don't know if I have, but I just hope I did. Okay. Now I'm going to have to make some more. All right, over on the counter, I do have 2 more layers of cake, so I'm going to bring them over here. And what I'm going to do is I'll bring you back to the front so you can kind of see me. Ice this up again. And I'll check the camera. All right, I'll bring you up some. Okay. Get 1 layer here. What I do is I take the top of the cake, flip it upside down so that the bottom of the cake becomes the top, because the bottom is a flat surface. So I'm going to push this down some just so that it adheres to that frosting. Try to make sure that that center, that it's even all the way around. I'm going to take my bag and put more frosting in it. Okay, just filling up my bag here. Okay. I am going to give you guys, someone asked me about burping a bag. What is burping a bag? So I actually want to show you. So I'm going to turn you over by my bowl here. And I'm going to show you my bag. Do you see air in here? So there's frosting down here. And then when I put more frosting in, there's air. So burping is when you squeeze it. See, did you hear that pop? You want to push that air out. Now, a lot of times when I'm just icing a cake, I don't burp my bag. I will do that when I'm decorating. But a lot of times, because when you're icing, you're just icing. So you're going to smear it up anyway. So get you back over here by the cake. But I wanted to show you guys that. And I'm going to add just a little bit underneath this here section here, just to level that a little bit more. Okay, and we're going to bring some frosting up on the top of here because we got another layer. I'll smooth that out. I just put a thin layer. I don't put really thick, heavy buttercream in between layers. I don't do that. You want people to taste your cake. You also want them to have a little frosting, but all right. So then I'm gonna get the third layer. Get some crumbs off of here. I just want to see. I'm gonna flip that upside down. Make sure this is level here. Push that down a little bit. Okay. There's some little, just some little bitty pieces of cake that's, you know, from baking it, you know, that's kind of loose. So I'm just going to take them off. I don't want them getting into the frosting. Okay. All right. Okay, so now we're gonna, boy, I hope I have enough frosting. We're gonna try icing this up now. Okay, I'll put some more in my bag. Almost done. All right, I'm going to continue icing this bag here. Okay, I actually think I'm going to have enough. And get all that out. Scrape the rest out of my bowl. I believe I'm going to have enough. I just didn't want to make too much because I don't want to waste my buttercream. Okay, and then we'll add a little bit out of here. So I don't need that much for that border. All right, so now we're going to come in with my spatula. And let me check the angle of the camera again. Yeah, you can see. Okay. And we'll pull some to the side as well. Just to cover up that side there. And what I'm going to do, take a little bit out of this bag here. Just come over on the side a little bit. Okay, just to fill that in just a little bit more on the side. Kind of push that in with my spatula before I come. I do have a wider scraper that'll scrape a 3-layer cake. Does a pretty good job for me. I'm just pushing this frosting in between the layers there. Okay. And this is my bigger I have a real big one, see, like this. That'll go, it'll cover that whole thing. So I'm just gonna come in. I want to feel that. I'll just turn it over here. Just steady pressure and pushing in as I go a little bit. Try to get that all the way around without stopping. And we're going to bring this into the top. And I'll probably get my smaller one to do this. Yeah, I think I will. A lot easier for me to control my hands and where I want that frosting to go. You have different tools. Okay. Try to smooth that out a little bit here. Okay. All right, I'm going to wash my hands before I touch that glitter. Drying my hands off with my towel here. Alrighty. See cake crumb on my counter. Okay. I bring that coarse sugar over here. Alright. Lift this up. I'm going to move my turntable over so you can kind of see this better. Get some of this sugar. This one there. You know, when I put my hand on the bottom of the board, I kind of spread it out like that so I can support the weight of the cake. And this is going to be messy. I'm going to have to sweep my floor when I get done. Because I might have sugar everywhere. So I'm just trying to put like little, I think if I do this towards the front of it, you can kind of see. That. I have no control where it's going to fall or how it's going to. Just move it around a little bit. There, I think that's good. We'll just do one more up here. Okay. All right, now get my spoon. And we'll just put some here. Just like that. Kind of pat this down. Okay. All right. Then we'll get that edible dust. And we're just going to sprinkle this right on the top of all that coarse glittered crystals. Turn this. this is a 3-layer, 8-inch cake. Very simple. I just wish this glitter would show up better on camera. But I'm doing the best I can here with you guys. All right, now put that to the back. Take my hand and there's a lot of glitter on my cake table here, my cake decorating island here. I'm just going to scoop that off into the center into my hand and get rid of this. Bring my turntable back over. All right. Okay. And then do that beaded border. So I'm going to bring you back over here onto this left side. Check the camera. Bring it down some. Move this out a little bit so you can kind of see what I'm doing. All right, get my bag here. I have to clean my tip off. Get a paper towel. All right, so we are going to do, this is number 12 again. So this big one will match the little cake. Now she's got there's like a rainbow that she ordered and some, looks like flowers and just a lot of little trinkets that she's just going to insert in the cake on the top of it. So there's going to be no writing, just iced with the glitter. There we go. I actually see, get my cake tester tool out of my drawer. I can see a crumb on top and I don't like that. You can see right here. Let me raise you up so you can kind of see it. So it's right here. Right there. I just want to go in, get that out. We'll bring some of them crystals over. There's one more. There. I'll get it. There it is. There, now I got it. Bring another crystal over there. There we go. Okay. That is all I'm doing on this cake. I just wanted to show you this. So I will bring both in. I'll put them on my table so you can see. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to let them sit here for a minute so that they dry. And then I'm going to take some parchment paper to the top to smooth that top down a little bit more. All right, so let me bring you to the front so I can show you, okay? Hold on one second. I hope this video turns out well. I do have my light on as well. No, I got it. I have to watch this cord, so hold on a minute. I got the leg caught on the cord. There we go. Now we're good. Okay. So there they are. So there's both of them. And if you can kind of see, there's like wrinkles on the top. I just want to smooth that out with parchment paper. But there they are. Baby cake single layer 6-inch round, and then an 8-inch round 3-layer with frosting in between the layers. So that's how I do that. And anyway, this is going to be a short video today, but I just wanted to show you how I do that. I'm going to raise this up. Now I'm excited because this weekend I am off for 3 days in a row, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. The weather is looking really good, like we're going to have sunshine for 3 days. So my plan is to go outside and work outside. I want to get those garden beds stained this weekend. I want to do that. So I'm excited, and I will share that on video. That'll be fun. I love playing outside. When the weather's nice, I just love it. I started raking. My neighbor, she's in her 80s. She doesn't come outside, and she needs help in her yard. So I cut her grass in the summer. I don't ask for any money. I just do it. But I focus on my lawn. I focus on my home and my lawn. That's first, my priority. If I have some free time, then I will rake leaves next door. I will cut grass. I make time to cut the grass. I really do. That's important to me. You know, but her flowers, she's got a lot of perennials. She's got lilies, and bleeding heart bushes are beautiful in the springtime. They're just starting to come up out of the ground. But, you know, so it's important to me that things are raked up and, you know, that I can get it to look a little presentable. So we have a lilac bush right outside my living room window in the back of my home. And, you know, I love the smell of lilacs. You know, that's just an amazing scent. Yeah, but lots of things going to happen soon as the weather starts to warm and work in my favor when I have a day off. But anyway, I know it's like a little bit over, like, what, less than 2 weeks away from Easter. So my plan is to either do cupcakes or Easter cookies and decorate them and take them to work. It'll probably be cupcakes. They like cupcakes, but I can show that too. So yeah, so I'm thinking about other Easter things I can show you. I can make some really cute baby chicks, like sitting in a bed of grass on a cupcake. Those are fun. But anyway, thanks again for hanging out with me and watching me do these, you know, 2 small cakes, okay? And God bless you all. Again, thank you all for all your support and your kind words. And I just wanted to jump on here and say hi and take care. Have a wonderful week. And I will be back on in a few days, okay? Because the weather's going to be working in our favor. I truly believe that. So yeah, okay? All right, take care, everybody. And we'll talk soon, okay? All right, bye-bye.